Ready?
Yeah.
Hi Lakeside. I just wanted to send you a quick note to say hi. And
Trumpet guy.
is this going to work or not?
Yeah, keep going. Start again.
Hi friends and family at Lakeside Church. We just wanted to send you a short note to let you know how we've been going here in Bolivia. Right at the moment we're standing on the roof of our house in Vacas. We spent most of the week out here and today we've been out visiting with the community. Just trying to learn a bit more about what their needs are. We spent a bit of time also inspecting some of the work we've been doing with the wells and the pumps for drawing water. We thank you so much for praying for us and supporting us, and we really enjoyed getting the poster that the guys in Kids Club made for us. We stuck it on the wall of our house here in Vacas. It's a good reminder and an encouragement that it's not just us here, but we've got you guys, our church family back home in Australia, praying for us, talking about us, worrying about us and caring for us so well. And we really thank the mission support group especially just for making the effort to keep in touch with us and look out for us.
Yeah. And we're doing pretty well here. Life in Vacas is starting to get a bit more normal and routine for us. Today we've had 2 lunches out in the communities. One was a potato soup and the other was a bowl of potatoes and some fish, fried fish. So we've probably each eaten maybe 10 potatoes each today. So we're looking forward to some vegetables for dinner now, I think. But yeah, we're encouraged by making friends here and people's warm welcome to us, and we look forward to spending more and more time out here in the countryside. And we hope you guys have a great time at your retreat this weekend. We think of you often, and we hope you guys can bundle up and stay warm. It's cold here in Vacas too. Okay, hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Hasta pronto.
It's been a while since we provided any photos or video footage, so I thought I'd put together what we got and send it through. We got a little bit of video footage just driving on the road into the township of Vacas. You can see most of the buildings are just made of adobe, which is the mud brick, and this is actually entering the little pueblo, or the little township of Vacas, which we're told has got about 500 people living there. Not sure exactly what's going on, but they're doing some work on the sewer system right at the moment, and this is just heading up towards our house. And the first thing we did was check on the room that's sort of being worked on for us. Anyway, the first thing we did was check on the place, and we headed out to meet with some of the guys in the community and look at the wells. Well, the first place we went to was Feliciano's house. We've installed the wells before, the pumps before. We took a bucket out there and we conceived this idea of having an elevated water storage system. So he got up there with his son-in-law, or I think it's his nephew, and installed this big bucket on the roof. We put in some polytubo underneath the ground. That's the completed system there. It's about 100 litres worth of storage, and now he's got a tap outside his kitchen, which he's really excited about. So it was just a good way to show to the community some of the value behind having a pump installed in the well. We headed off to one of the other communities, and it didn't take much to stop the little Vitara. Someone had dug this trench in the middle of the road, and we got stuck, and we had to get a few guys to help us get out. So we got to Sergio's house at about midday. He's one of the leaders of a different community, and the first thing they did was, once we laid out the tools, was to get the table out and prepare a lunch for us. So we had to sit down and get stuck into that. So this was the second pump that we installed in the wells out in Vacas. So we're starting to get the hang of it by this stage. I don't have any photos of the installation, but it went pretty smoothly, and had the young boys hanging around helping out a bit as well, and they got pretty excited once the pump was complete, or taking turns, and you can see how they're using the pump to be able to water some of the crops that they've got planted. And actually I managed to get one of the boys to give us a demonstration of how they used to draw the water, or how they normally draw the water using a bucket. So they're a lot faster than this. He was sort of going slow because we were filming, but they basically just throw the bucket down there, and they have a technique of flicking it with their wrist, and then they haul it back up. So It's not just actually being able to get the water to the top of the well, but they have to carry it everywhere in buckets or containers. So you see now they've got this pump, they'll be able to actually, using the hoses or tubing, string it out along the ground and pump it, sort of 20 metres away, 50 metres away to the house or to where they've got animals or crops. The following day we went to the house of Doña Erica. She's an elderly single woman, I think it's her daughter. Not sure exactly what her story is, but she's sort of a respected leader in the community, and her house is actually on quite a prominent main road, so we thought it'd be a good location to install one of our pumps so that people could go and have a look and see how it works. So by this stage we had the installation pretty much down pat. This one took just a little over 2 hours. We had some help from a couple of guys, I think part of Doña Erica's extended family. And yeah, plenty of people came and had a look, and you can see there's plenty of pressure and volume coming through the hose. Yeah, and they've got crops in the ground there. It's pretty green at the moment, being the wet season, but obviously it'll dry right out later this year. And the pump's going to give them a couple of options. Rather than just bucketing water out of the well, they'll be able to pump it to a small tank at the house, so they could have water for washing and cooking, that kind of thing. And the other thing is they can use the pump for irrigating, so they could lay hoses out on the ground and water crops and maybe get an extra crop in the dry season. Most recently we've run a series of training workshops teaching people how to make their own pumps. We held them in a small community church over the course of a couple of weeks. All the course participants made their own pumps, and they're in the process of installing them at the moment. And now we're thinking about how we can support the participants in how they can teach other people in the community to make their own pumps. On a weekly basis, our travel to and from Vacas is usually using the public transport system, which is buses and public taxis. When we're in Vacas, usually getting around on bicycles, which is a great way to get out and about. Just to meet with people, you're able to stop on the way and just chat and get to know people a lot better. But yeah, there's also times when it's fairly frustrating trying to transport equipment around and when the weather turns foul. But most of the time, it really is a blessing and just adds to the enjoyment of the work in Vacas.
This is our church in Cochabamba. It's called Bella Vista, which means beautiful view, because it's right up on the hill. It's a pretty small church. There's maybe 20 adults and 10 kids, but meeting together is very important. There's a number of meetings during the week, and most of them involve food. We recently had a kids club, and it was a great opportunity for me to spend time getting to know some of the little kids, as well as teach a few lessons on the story of Moses. We find church pretty taxing with language and culture barriers and often don't know what's going on, but it's been great to meet friends there, and we generally feel encouraged.